Welcome, everybody. My name is Wasty, and I'm from Dynasty Central Sports, and I'm here with my Minnesota Vikings franchise. And I'm going to start it off here with some breaking news. Mike Zimmer has decided to retire as the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings after multiple eye injury surgeries. And who's next? Who's next for the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings? Let's look at June Jones. He took over Hawaii, miserable team. Timmy Chang, Colt Brennan, multiple offense records, run and shoot, killing it. Moves on to SMU, turns around that franchise that school had death penalty. Took a break for a while. Moves on to Hamilton of the CFL. Didn't do too long there, but then he goes on to the XFL. He's the head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, the only undefeated team. And of course, that's who's going to be the new head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, June Jones. Let's jump into this. We got Britton Colquitt. He's going to just give us the basic rundown of the player development. We'll appease him up for a quick second here, and then we'll end up the conversation. He's just going to run through the XFactor, normal stars, superstars, stuff like that. Normal stuff that you would go through for a franchise. But talking about June Jones, the new head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, replacing Mike Zimmer, you're going to see a different franchise, the roster coming up. Let's take a look at the, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you my XP sliders and my, not my XP, but my gameplay sliders. I'm using Harm's user sliders. I just downloaded them. They look pretty good. I'm going to be playing on All Pro, but I think I'm going to be moving up to All Madden. I'm kind of open to it, and we'll see how the game plays. I'll see how good I am. I'm not super great at this game, but I play for fun. Let's take a look at the switch it up. We got to throw in the run and shoot. June Jones' money playbook. We're going to go 3-4 Storm because it's an 84 scheme fit right now. But I am going to be changing up that roster. I don't know if Dalvin Cook's going to be a great scheme fit for the run and shoot. Kirk Cousins, he's a little old, but, we'll see how it goes in the season. Might bring in a quarterback that, works with June Jones and whatnot. Let's take a look at the roster, though. We got Kirk Cousins, like I said. Nate Stanley, Sean Mannion, probably not going to stick around very long. Nate Stanley is a good draft pick. Dalvin Cook, Madison, Abdullah, and Boone in halfbacks. C.J. Ham, Thielen, Jefferson, Sharp, Obi Johnson. We got Chad Beebe and KJ Osborne. I might be picking up a couple wide receivers. I'm not super set on the group. Looking at the line, Ezra Cleveland, Rashad Hill, probably going to get cut. Elfin, Bradbury, Brett Jones. I like the line. I'm not super happy at right guard right now. Drew Samuel is a little young guy, but he's 64. Let's see if he can build up. Brian O'Neill, good right tackle. Daniil Hunter, the meat of that left end. Eddie Yarborough, I'm thinking I'm actually just going to cut him right now. Give him a chance to maybe jump on another team in preseason. But, I just don't see it. He's 26. I just don't see him moving up on this team and give him a chance somewhere else. So let's cut him. Right end, we got Odenegbo, Zettel, Wonum. Odenegbo, I might get rid of him. He's 25. He's a 70. A lot of defensive tackles. We got Jaleel Johnson, Watts, Holmes, Madafa. June Jones likes his Samoans, his Paulies, but I just don't see Madafa. Let's cut Johnson here. Yeah, and then I just don't see him having Madafa around because he just doesn't have too much space to build, especially with this roster. Stefan, I might be cutting, but he's got a big penalty, so I might keep him around until he just his contract ends. Like I said, I like the linebacking crew. Barr, Eric Wilson's pretty good. Kendricks, Smith looks good. right side, I got Troy Dye. I do like him. I like his speed. Probably going to give him the start sometime a little bit through preseason, see if he does any better. Gideon might be middle linebacker material. Hughes, Hill, Jeff Gladney's got some speed on right there, 90 speed. I like that. Dantzler, Chris Boyd, Harrison Hand, Mark Fields. Not too bad. I like this group so far. Fields probably practice squad though. Hilton Hill's good. Anthony Harris is a leader, 27 though, a little bit old on that side. Harrison Smith though. I like this team. But on offense, most likely that's where all the question marks is. Like I said, June Jones likes his polys. He's got a certain scheme that he likes to run. So it's like, Dalvin Cook. I don't see him being a big future in the Vikings franchise. He's a great player. I just don't think he's going to fit well. I want to get some scheme fits into this team. Even Kyle Rudolph's not really a scheme fit. We got Irv Smith Jr., who's a young guy. I like him too. Reef, not really a scheme fit. O'Neill's not really a scheme fit. Samia's not a scheme fit. So that's why we're going to see a lot of possible roster turnover. I might try to mold some of these guys into a scheme fit. I do like my defense. I'm really a little bit more hands off because I don't know as much about, so I'm going to kind of roll with the punches. I do like the fact that Troy Dye could come in. James Lynch is a pretty good guy. He's a scheme fit though. And I'll try to, really keep these guys straight to the scheme, to the backstory, and really keep it to June Jones, how he would think. Build in this roster, though. I might make some roster moves that you guys might not like. Looking over this roster, we got Harrison Smith, though, at strong safety, I do like a lot. Let's see. Let's take a look here at the line. Elfin, even he's not a scheme fit. So this whole line, I might have to work. It's really built for Mike Zimmer's offense, but now this is June Jones' era, so more passing, less running. So Dalvin Cook might not be so happy. Danielle Hunter, though, that guy's sticking around. I love that guy. He's so good. Odenigbo, probably not going to stick around. Pierce, he's a good defensive tackle. I might just keep him around because he's, a good run stopper type of defensive tackle. Move Troy Dye up. Let's get some of those guys in. Even Harris is a good guy. He's a scheme fit. I'll probably keep him. I'm not seeing a lot of speed on the kick returning special teams. Might want to bring someone in. Someone like a John Ross III. He's got a lot of speed, 93 speed. Want to bring him in for the special teams, but let's just jump into the first games, guys. I'm going to be simming every preseason game. It's going to blow through, so just watch the game. I'll be talking over it, kind of giving you guys the rundown of the franchise. Like I said, I think Kirk Cousins isn't going to stick around very long. He might just stick around for the contracts. Let's take a look at the XFactors, though, for the Saints and the Vikings. Obviously, we're going to see the Vikings a lot. Cameron Jordan, Kamara, Thomas, Breeze, Armstead, Ramczyk. I probably fucked that name up. But we get Danielle Hunter. I love that guy. He's going to stick around for a long time. So let's just jump in, and you got the sim coming up. Gonna blow through here. What I'm really seeing though is a lot of roster turnaround. Not really looking at making a lot of changes immediately, especially since I don't want to blow up this team. It's not a rebuild. What I'm really looking to do is mold this team in the eyes of June Jones. So we're going to be having a lot more slot receivers, a lot more speed, a lot more passing, a lot more going for it on the fourth down. I know I really talk about Irv Smith Jr. I'm not, June Jones isn't a big fan of the tight end position. in the run and shoot. It's not really big there. Oh, taking the big win there. Um, it's not a huge win, like I said, but let's take a look at some of the stats, though. We got Nate Stanley did well. Jameis Winston. Nate Stanley, 94 yards, pretty good. We got a touchdown out of him. Nothing out of Kirk Cousins. Good touchdown out of CJ Ham. And so, like I said, looking over the stats here, we're seeing where the pass offense might not work for a lot of these. Anthony Barr with a big 5.5 sacks. I love that. Looks pretty good there. And so, the June Jones offense, it's all passing. You got small guys, a lot of speed, and the outside. Hopefully, we're going to get, try to emulate that. Like I said, not a rebuild. This is a franchise built around June Jones, so that's the idea. That's the idea of the whole franchise. So, where some of the roster changes I might be making, head scratchers. I would like to try to, get into the mind of June Jones. So looking at, we got Riley Reef. Bradbury gets a +3 pass blocking. That's great. We're definitely going to need to see that in the offense. I would like to keep Bradbury. Looking at the free agents, I'm not really there's the field general is the scheme fit for the run and shoot. I'm just not really seeing a field general in this group that I like yet. I am using the franchise guy's most current roster that he put out. So it's going to have all the updates, all the trades, his roster is kind of more of a realistic overall ratings. So I would go check that out if you're interested in starting your own. His rosters are a little bit more dumbed down. The talent is a little bit more raw and a little bit more realistic. So that's what I was going for. Just kind of scanning over some of these free agents. As you can see, I'm not really going to pick anyone up yet. Not really looking to make a huge change as far as in preseason. Preseason's, like I said, it's not a big deal. But I just kind of want to, see how this team goes in this offense. As far as preseason, it's a little hard to get good results as far as the playbook goes. But we got the Seahawks, we got the Vikings in game 2 of the preseason. Take a look at the XFactors. We got Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, both XFactors, and let's just jump into it. When I am playing the games, though, I do like to pick my uniforms. I like to pick the opposition. I do care a lot about what the game, the uniforms look like. So, you guys might not care. One of my big things is I do like that. I'm a big into the graphics and the looks and everything. We got the Vikings up 14-10 in the fourth quarter. And it looks like we might pull off a win. That would be nice. Go up 2-0. And looks like 23-13. And that we're going to get the win. Pete Carroll's upset. But it's not too bad. It's preseason. Don't worry. Looking at the stats again of the game 2. Kirk Cousins with a little bit more of a play time. 9 for 10 of Nate Stanley. 90 yards. Pretty good. I like that. Touchdown out of both the quarterbacks. Madison looking pretty good. Delvin Cook still not getting a touchdown, but it's okay. It's still preseason, not too bad. Irv Smith, he's not even a scheme fit, but I'm going to try to, mold him. Like I was saying, there's a couple of players I don't want to get rid of. Bradbury is one. Brian O'Neill, I don't want to get rid of him. He's a good young right tackle, and there's not a lot of great young right tackles out there right now. I might look into Anthony Barr is hurt. Great. And so I'm not gonna. I want to try to get the right people in. Riley Reef, great job on Garrett Bradbury, +3 awareness. Nice. I like that. Who's next? Let's go into the advanced week. We are up though, 2-0 in preseason. Nate Stanley looking solid in the stats. And like I said, Nate Stanley, he's not really a player I'm looking to build the offense around it either. He's he just got drafted by the Vikings. I'm not a big fan of him. I did sign Marcus Kemp, but I don't think he's going to do much. I might try to slip him into the fourth wide receiver position in the next game, just to give him a chance. Let's look at the wide receiver mentorship. We got Adam Thielen. Who does he want to help? Tajay Sharp. Nice. I like that. Let's get him some. Help him out. I don't care. Help him out. And so Adam Thielen going to help out Tajay Sharp. That's a good XP boost. And then what's the next one? There was another one. QB mentorship. Well, it's not really Nate Stanley's offense either, but thanks Kirk Cousins. I hope either of you guys do well. I might be looking to bring in another quarterback in the future. I don't know who it is yet. Looking into it, I might take a look off screen, look at some of the rosters and see who I might be interested in as far as June Jones thinking. There's no Hawaii quarterbacks except for Cole McDonald. He just got added and drafted by the Titans. But, I think he's like a 61, so I just don't really want to develop this team under a quarterback that's a 61 right now. Sorry about that. But let's take a look at the depth chart real fast. I might make a couple changes into this team. I want to maybe see about giving someone else a start. We got Delvin Cook. Like I said, Delvin Cook, great running back. I just don't think he's a type of player. He's, established in his style. I'm going to give Obi Johnson a chance to take a seat and Marcus Kemp to go in there. And like I said, Delvin Cook, just don't think he's going to be excited to be in an offense where it's not really based around him. And I'm not really looking to pay a big-time running back big money to, really play second fiddle to a pass offense. I'm really trying to stick to the June Jones idea of the run and shoot. Try to bring that back into the NFL, and let's just jump into the Cardinals game. And so really trying to build this team around that mentality of the run and shoot, bringing guys that maybe June Jones has history with. Like I said, there's no Hawaii quarterbacks except for Cole McDonald. And maybe Johnny Manziel, but he's not really in the rosters. I'm not looking to create any players or add them to this type of franchise, but I might, because Johnny Manziel worked with June Jones in Hamilton. So that might be a cool, backstory to bring in. But big win, 21-16. We're 3-0 in preseason. Not too bad. I like that. Kirk Cousins looking pretty good in this game. And I like Kirk Cousins. He's not that bad of a quarterback. In all retrospect to all the quarterbacks in the NFL, Kirk Cousins isn't that bad. He's actually fairly reliable. But he just doesn't fit the idea of what I'm looking for in this franchise. Thielen with a touchdown. I do like Adam Thielen. I do like Tajay Sharp. Justin Jefferson I do. And so I know some of them, they're not really scheme fits to this team, but they might be someone that I think June Jones could work with. I'm not going to be able to get every player on this team. Let's do some cutting. Sorry, I'm going to cut myself off. We got some cuts coming up here, and trim down the roster a little bit, get rid of some of those guys that I'm not really interested in bringing. So we can move some to the practice squad. Sean Mannion, definitely gone. Move some of these guys to practice squad as well. Let's confirm this: Sean Mannion, Dakota Dozier. Sorry, you're just gone. Blake Brandel, 24. Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, let's move him to practice squad. Same with Mark Fields. Rashad Hill, definitely gonna cut you. You're gonna definitely. I mean, save $2 million. Yeah, move one on the practice squad. We got Marcus Kemp. But I'm going to keep him. I'm probably just going to get rid of him later. Harrison Hand, you can go to practice squad as well. We got the Bills coming up in the 4th week of preseason. Let's kind of look at over the depth chart real fast before we jump into that game. Kirk Cousins is a scheme fit. You know, he's a 79 overall. He's an older quarterback, though. I'm like I said, he's a scheme fit, so I'm going to keep him around for a little bit. I might bring in a quarterback that I have an eye on. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know when I would like to do that. I'm probably going to have to trade for him. And so it'll be obviously before week 8. Let's move Troy Dye back into right outside linebacker here. And then I think I'm going to put Ben Gideon at middle linebacker over Cameron Smith. But anyways, I think Kirk Cousins could be a good quarterback for this first season. I'm going to be playing on All-Pro with these new sliders. I've never played with any of them, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if Kirk Cousins sticks around as a Vikings quarterback in the June Jones era. Lots of old names in the free agents. I'm looking for a Hawaii wide receiver, former Hawaii wide receiver, John Ursua. Usually shows up in the free agents pool. Oh, there's John Ross. 97 speed, I like that. John Ursua is a guy that I would love to bring in. He's a good slot type of wide receiver. But I don't see him in here yet into the free agents pool. So I don't want to trade for him. That's one of the things I'm not really looking to do is make a lot of trades. If I can help it, I would love to not trade. I'd like to build within the draft and bring in some young guys. I know this sounds like a rebuild, but it's not. It's just trying to get into the June Jones mindset of building your team around the playbook. And so we got look at Stephon Diggs, former Viking for the Bills, Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White, all the beasts on the Bills. And let's just jump into this. And so we're going to just see some interesting moves. You might not like the moves, and in retrospect, it might not be something that is what a normal GM might do. But, this is June Jones, and he is very much a build around the playbook, get my guys that I like. If you don't fit, you're not really on the team. He's a very no-nonsense type of guy, and a lot of going for it on 4th down. Punter's not going to be a big deal. Fullback's not a big deal. Running back is not really a big deal. I'd like a speed running back, to be honest. And then tight end, like I said, not really a big deal either. Whoa, that was a nice one. Slip in the win right at the end, 24-23, and the Vikings go undefeated in preseason. Don't you love it? That gets us the Lombardi Trophy, right? The undefeated in preseason. We just go straight to the Super Bowl. Take a look at the stats here. We got Jake Fromm with 2 touchdowns. Jeez, Josh Allen not looking great. Nate Stanley looking really good though. 23 for 34, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good game. Kirk Cousins didn't play much. That's the final game of preseason. Not going to play a lot. Delvin Cook 8 yards, rushing, whatever you want to say. A lot of touchdowns though. KJ Osborne, Rudolph, Boone. Not too bad. We're gonna jump into the first episode. Obviously this is the first episode. We're just doing the preseason intro, whatnot. But going into the next episode, we're going to be playing week 1 of the regular season. We got the Falcons coming to U.S. Bank Stadium. And I'm very excited for that game. I'm really excited to jump off with the franchise of June Jones. I'm very excited to bring this to you guys on Dynasty Central Sports. I hope you guys really like and subscribe, guys. I hope you like this and are excited about the new June Jones era in Minnesota. I know I'm excited. The players, not so much yet. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys next episode for when we play the Falcons. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching all the way, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. We'll see you guys later.